It's still going. Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a story time. I may or may not do my makeup. I may or may not do my makeup. I don't know. I'm gonna be smoking some marijuana in this video. Before y'all open your mouth, I just wanna let y'all know I suffer from PTSD and a lot of other things I really don't need to go into. So that's why I use the plant to help my body. If you are not someone who believes and supports marijuana and you're gonna say something crazy in the comments, leave the video. If you're not and you're trying to have a laugh and maybe a cry and maybe be a little shook, then stay. We're gonna talk about the time I almost got shot by a cop. And before I do that, I want to share something with y'all. It's not sponsored, nothing. It literally was just like spur of the moment. It was really cool that happened to me. So I was ordering weed and the place that I ordered it from was like, oh my God, you're one of our best customers. We wanted to like give you a holiday gift bag. And I was like, oh my God. I thought it was gonna be like a plastic grinder and shit, but it was like real stuff. So they gave me this like 100 milligram THC drink and I chugged it because my bestie dared me to. So that's why I'm feeling a little woozy. And they gave me some like non-medicated gummies, which I don't really get why, but I guess it's because they're good. And they gave me a whole nother eighth. So I'm gonna be pretty lit. And I'm gonna tell you, like I said, we're gonna talk about the time that I almost got shot by a cop. This is not clickbait. This is a real story. This really happened. So I'm gonna light this little thing up. And we gonna do our little thing, y'all. We gonna get it. If this lighter will fucking work. There we go. Here we go, y'all. Roasted, toasted, bitch. And it just went out. Look at me talking. There we go. Only smoke if you are legally able to in your state. I don't support people smoking illegally. Anyways, we're gonna talk about ooh, she loud. Ooh. We're gonna talk about the time I almost got shot by a cop. Now, just for a background story on how this happened, I grew up in a single father home, everyone, and I lived with my dad until I was 17. At that point, I came out as gay at the time, and I was running away from home because it was emotionally and physically and verbally abusive, and I just wasn't happy there, and I wasn't happy with my life. So when I left my dad's house, my best friend at the time, their mom took me in. And my dad is like strict. You not going to your friend's house, like you not doing nothing. Like I was like getting a C in my dad's book was bad, which is what led me to just be like just very reckless and rebellious when I was in high school. Not reckless or rebellious, but I just wanted my freedom. So when I moved in with my best friend's mom, she was like just very like let us do like she was white, my dad was black, so she was like, I'm gonna let y'all do what you want because kids learn by making mistakes. And I was like, this shit is crazy, like they do whatever they want, and they kind of did up until a certain point. And the first week, okay, so what happened was my dad had arranged it so my mom was supposed to assume custody of me, so I wouldn't go to foster care when he relinquished custody of me, because we also found out he was never my real father. That's a story for a different time. If you want to hear about how I found out who my real father is, we can talk about that story too. But my mom was supposed to come to court to assume custody of me, and she didn't. So I was just walking around my neighborhood because I had left my dad's house. He was like, you gotta go. So I'm 17 years old, walking around like my neighborhood with like snow boots and like this suitcase, and my friend sees me and is like, what's going on? And I'm like, my dad just kicked me out. And my friend's like, hold on, we're going to my house. So we go to my friend's house. And their mom is there. And I explained to her what happened, and she like brings me back to my dad's house. Like she goes off on him. She's like, we don't need nothing from you. Like, I got your child. So this white lady takes me into her home, and the first week that I'm there, it was our mutual friend's birthday. The friend who I was living with was much closer to this person, but I was also like I also knew them for a long time. Like, you all went to the same high school, like, just same social group. And they were like, we're having a party. And I was like, oh my God, I've never been to a party before. Because I'd only really been to like one party before this. Like, I had never really like gone to parties, gone to a sleepover, like gone to the movies. Like, I did not do shit that normal kids did, y'all. Like, I'm just say that. And I was like, yes, I want to go, because it was a real party, like in a house, like with a speaker and like, like a pool and like just, people my age. So I was just really excited to just do some real shit. So I was like, bitch, let's go. So not only do me and my best friend end up going to this party, we also end up bringing their little sister and her group of friends who are like between the ages of 12 and 15 to this person's party who is turning 18 and has like a bunch of 20 and 21 up friends, has an older boyfriend. We was not thinking. So we go to this party or whatever. And mind you guys, I had never really like drinking like that. Like, I was not like a normal high schooler. Like, I did not drink. I didn't try weed until like the summer before my senior year. And I felt guilty about smoking. Like, I literally messaged my best friend and was like, I'm a stoner. Oh my God. And it was crazy. So I had never drinking or done any of this kind of stuff. And at this party, there was like beer, liquor, like weed. There was a zong. And like, I've always been crazy though. So we got to this party and I start drinking, bitch. I start smoking. Like, I'm hitting the zong, like I'm out here just going off at this party. And so is my best friend and their sister and their 12 to 14-year-old friends. Everyone starts getting really lit. Even the younger kids are lit. And I'm like, my best friend is like, oh my God, like everybody's lit, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's gonna be okay, like nothing's gonna happen. Bitch, I got the mouth of like a cursed snake, bitch. Because when I say nothing's gonna happen, something's about to happen. I know this now, I didn't know that back then. And the fucking cops come. The police come. But everybody like knew beforehand, like I think like a few seconds before they were coming into the backyard, because we were in the backyard of a house. So it was like a backyard and there's like a pool and the house is like one level, like very like Miami house, like anybody who's from Miami 305 what's up, like Kendall area, like those kind of houses. So everybody's like running and hiding. And I run and hide in the shed and we all are really, really quiet and shit like that. Like no one's saying it. No, I hid in the garage the first time. I hid in the garage the first time with like everybody else. Like all the younger kids are in there. My best friend's in there. We're just quiet as fuck. The police leave. And we come out. But when we're looking around, my best friend's sister is gone. And we can't find her. This is part of the story, y'all. This is crazy. We can't find her. And my best friend is like, yo, where'd she go? I'm gonna call her Clover. My best friend's like, I'm gonna call my best friend Ducky and my best friend's sister Clover. And Ducky is like, yo, like, where's Clover? Where's Clover? I'm like, bitch, I don't know. Like, the cops came, so like I hid like everyone else. I don't know what happened to her. Like, where the fuck is Clover? And in Miami, y'all, if anybody who probably hasn't been there in a suburban area, Miami, in Miami, the houses, like a lot of the houses have like these backyards with these chain link fences, and you can just see like on and on and on to the backyards. And sometimes you can just see into people's houses if they have these big sliding glass doors that everyone in Miami has, and like they be having their lights on all night. And me and Ducky look up and we see this house like 2 yards over, and Clover is inside somebody's house waving at us and like showing us like a bag of like fucking Cheetos. And Clover is, I think, like 12 at this time. And we're like, Clover, come back. And Clover runs back, jumps the fences, and it's like, look what I got, y'all. And was like, oh, the door is open. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Ducky, this is crazy. Like, we're fucked up. Like, she's fucked up. Like, what the fuck? And, you know, we just keep partying again and we're getting lit. Fucking Clover jumps into the pool from the roof. Like, me and Ducky are going off to, like, Ashanti. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. It's a ghost in this house.
Yeah. I'm coming down right now.
There's a ghost. It's getting his DoorDash right now. Say hey to Kayla.
Have a good one. Okay.
Say hey. Say
hi.
That's my bestie, y'all.
I told him to have a good one. What the fuck?
Okay,
I feel like
I'm talking my story time.
Sorry.
Anyways, y'all, so Clover jumping in the pool from the roof, and Clover is like 12. Me and Ducky are like going off to Ashanti and shit. There's this guy who is like rumored to do like porn with younger people there. Like, this party was wild. And when we're all really lit, and I'm really fucked up, you guys, at this point. Like, I've had like a ton of beer. I've done so many shots, and like I had no tolerance for alcohol, like, at all. I wasn't even actually 18 yet. Like, my birthday was July 17th, and this was like in June probably. This was in the beginning of July. So I am lit. I'm lit as fuck. I'm super lit. I don't know what's going on. And I remember someone yelling like, oh shit, the cops are coming again. And everyone's scattering. And like, I was so drunk, you guys, like, and high and crossfaded. And if you've ever been crossfaded before, you know, you have that moment where like, you just know something's happening, but you can't move. So I'm just like sitting there like stuck frozen, and a cop's light flashes on me. And like, I run into the shed behind me and I get inside. But the cop saw me go into the shed. So the cop is like, get the fuck out. And like, I have never had any kind of experience like this. And this should have been foretelling of the type of friend my friend was, because we're not friends anymore. But side note, y'all, take that as a lesson. When you get in bad situations with people that you've never been in before, take note of the people you're with when that situation arises. So anyways, he's like, get the fuck out. And I'm scared as fuck, and I'm lit. And I don't know why I'm messing with my belt, but I walk out. And this is around the time that I think a cop had gotten shot by some kid in Miami or something like that. I don't know. This was like around the time when I feel like police tension started getting publicly high in Florida, like at a micro point. And I'm walking out of the garage and I'm doing like this, and like this cop like kicks me in the chest. I feel all the air go out of my body, and I fall to the ground, and like I hear his gun come off. And like, I was in the military, so I know what a gun being taken off of safety sounds like now. So I know, thinking back then, that when he pointed his gun at my head while I'm on the ground, he had taken it off safety and had his hand on the trigger. And like, I am free. Like, remember, y'all, I was sheltered. Hold on, I'm gonna close the door. So, remember, y'all, I'm not even 18 yet. I'm sheltered. I'd never been anywhere. And here I am at a party, drunk and high, with a cop pointing a gun at my head off of safety. And I just remember, like, that I couldn't even think of anything. Like, and I'm a quick on my feet type of bitch. Even though I'm a little I'm mentally different than a lot of people, I'm very quick on my feet when it comes to, like, right in the moment type of shit. Like, I suck with waiting and planning and all that other shit, but when it comes to like in the moment stuff, I'm really good at being like, what can I do right now? Like, what do I need to do? Because I've just always been, I've always had to be in survival mode, which is crazy. So like, I'm sitting there and I hear the cop be like, stand up. And like, I stand up, and he points his light at me and he's like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 17. And he's like, oh shit. Like, he takes his gun off and he like gives me a hug. It was crazy. Fuck 12, cops suck. But he gives me a hug. And then he starts asking me and my friend, who are also in the shed, what we're doing here. And Angie's like, you gotta lie. And I'm also, at the time, you guys, when I was younger, I was very used to lying because I had to, living with my father. Because he was crazy, and he's a great guy, I love him, but like, I'm queer, like, he's just not cool with that, just to be honest. So I would trigger him, so I would constantly have to like lie in all types of ways, like in my clothes, like in my verbiage, and how I acted. I was constantly trying to lie, because I was scared of like revealing who I was. tea. And I was really good at lying. So the cop asked me what I'm doing there. I swear to God, you guys, like, if anybody knows the person that, or the people that are involved in this story, they will tell you that this is real. If you ask them about it, they'll be like, yeah, it's real. They probably won't tell you about me, but they'll tell you that it's real. So, like, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to think of an excuse. And, like, I remember you guys are really smart. And, like, I know, like, how to, like, get to people in certain ways. And I've had to learn how to do that to, like, survive. Because people try to attack and manipulate me as a Black trans femme. So, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't know what happened. Like, we were celebrating my violin concert tomorrow. And, like, somebody gave me a drink, and, like, I don't know what happened. Like, all my friends are here, and, like, we were supposed to leave, and now there's all these men here. So I made it seem like we were kind of, like, trapped there by these men. And the police who I'm talking to is like, oh, do I know you? And I was like, what do you mean, do I know you? He's like, I feel like I've seen you before. And I was like, no, you haven't. And he goes and gets my best friend and their sister and all their friends out the thing. And when he sees my best friend and their sister, who we all live together, he's like, I do know you. And I was like, what do you mean you know us? And he's like, y'all live in Harbor Key, which is a place in Miami where we lived at. And we were all like, oh shit. And he's like, I know your mom. And I was like, oh no. Like, we were scared as fuck. So this cop ends up driving us home. And we know that if he sees my friend's mom, that he's gonna tell her something. So we set up this plan to, like, tell Clover to go to bed with her friends and act like they had a sleepover. And then me and Ducky were gonna be up, and then right when Ducky's mom got home, we were gonna tell her and be like, hey, this is what happened. We learned our lesson. And she was like, serves you right, and it worked. And we never had to talk about it. And then years later, we actually told her the truth, and it was funny as fuck. But that was the time that I almost got shot by a cop. And it's like, like, it's crazy, y'all, because it's like, I always felt very desensitized from my Blackness because, not everyone in all my family, but a lot of people in my family would be like, oh, you're not Black, you're Puerto Rican, that bullshit. And then, like, on, like, the Puerto Rican side of my family, like, I never really felt like I fit in because I didn't feel like anybody wanted me there to begin with, And I didn't know Spanish. And I just never felt like I could identify with anything, and even I know that's stupid. It seems like, let me not speak on myself, but I do want to admit that I know that I am lighter skin tone. I'm not someone who's of deeper skin tone. I don't suffer as much as someone who's of deeper skin tone, especially femmes. I just want to make that clear. But it was just like, I really had to go on a journey to, like, figure that out. And it's like, as I get older, like, I realize so many things happened to me and could have happened to me prevalently because of my skin color, and, like, how I identify and, like, move through this world, especially now. And I feel like it was so imperative to my growth and my understanding of what being Black means to me now as a trans femme, Black femme. And I really think it's important for, like, trans people, like, not to dwell on the things that have happened to us, but to really look at how we survived those things and came out of them and what we did to do that, because we're geniuses, especially Black trans women. Like, y'all are really out here. We're really out here doing our thing. And it's like, I really look up to a lot of Black trans femmes and women with X, because like, we're really pushed to look at our lives and truly build from our experiences, because that's the only way that we can reach and attain things. So, yeah, y'all, I'm really high. I really hope y'all enjoyed that. I feel like it was cute and sweet. Yeah, this is fun. I thoroughly enjoy this. Also, y'all, follow me on Instagram at eloquently. So it's just my name on Instagram. And then on Twitter, I'm Oracle L. So Oracle and then L, like both words. Yeah. And if you want to book me for a reading, let me know. I'm also a working Oracle. I never do my readings online. I really try not to. So if you want to book a reading with me, you can look at my reviews on my Instagram. I love y'all. I know it's a real small community right now, but we gonna grow. And I hope you guys are having a good and safe time during quarantine or taking care of yourself, because it's been a struggle for me. That's why I be in the bonnet. Not that the bonnet is a struggle, but for me, I be in the bonnet because it's a struggle, because under it, it's a struggle. I love y'all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or whatever you're doing, you know. Say something nice to somebody you love. So that's my date.